See, I was going about this all wrong. I was trying to do this out in the open air where I didn't have this door to remind me over and over again, every day, before I ever leave my room, why I don't choose to let hate and fear and anger get in the way of what I believe and what I would do. Just every day I go through this door. Every day I think of what I need to add in order to make myself a little less prone to just dumb shit. Hi, I'm Subtle, and I guess I have to talk about hate now. I mean, I don't have to, but it's certainly a topic that has been bugging me, that I just have been apart from, not really putting in my 2 cents. Um, and I guess it boils down to this. I was a pretty hateful kid. I was pretty angry, and I was afraid of a lot of shit. And the fear is okay as long as it's valid, as long as it's genuine, as long as it's healthy. There's healthy fear, right? There's that fear that keeps you from walking out in traffic. There's the fear that keeps you from cutting down all the forest because you know that you need to breathe. Um, there's the fear from setting fire to your house. The fear for that keeps you from setting fire to your house. That fear can be valid as long as you're not allowing it to keep you from doing things that you really should, right? Um, but anger and hatred, they're easy. They're easy and they're cheap emotions. Um, they're also extremes. I've also said a lot about how I don't think that we should give too much to the idea of romance because it is just it's a lot of fantasy and it's a lot of extreme thinking. It's obsession really. It's just obsession. Which again is another thing that you probably shouldn't submit too much to. Um, but the thing about hate, and this is something that we should all listen to right now in a world where hate seems to be so fucking prevalent, where um, you know, a character on The Walking Dead uh, can basically be hated off of a show like Dale or Carl or Beth, or you know, hate can inform our political opinions, and you know, not necessarily give us political agendas because we don't understand those. All we understand is the hate that we're spewing at each other, the name calling, and the absolutism of my position is the correct position instead of trying to understand complexity, variety. Um, yeah, and the hate doesn't breathe. It's this stagnant thing. It's when you develop hate, your mind closes around it, and there's no room for growth or development. And some people might be comfortable with that fact. They might think, okay, well, I've developed my personality. I don't need to I don't need any more of myself beyond this point. You do, you do, because life is growth. Life is development. You don't stop once you get past puberty. If you do, then you know, frankly, you're doing it wrong. You're you're never developing into something. You're just you're just staying an angsty teen for the rest of your life. That's miserable existence. It's a miserable fucking existence. um, and I'm gonna be frank. Anger is another one of those things. It's another one of those things where it should just be the first little flare up of emotion in the process of getting over any kind of little uncomfortability and a little inconvenience. You should just say, "I'm angry." Okay, I'm past that. Let's try to find a solution. But people just stay at angry, and then they go to what got them angry, and they stay at hate. And I don't understand it. I don't. Well, I do. It's pretty easy to understand. It's just there needs to be there needs to be calm. There needs to be development. There needs to be somebody in there saying, making solutions, trying to understand shit. There needs to be wisdom. I think that's something that we lost along the way when we came. We decided that we needed to fight back. That I think back to that video that was spreading around a lot when we started getting really pissed off at the way the system worked. The guy who was screaming out his window, "I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore." And we think that that's the I think a lot of people think that that's the war that we're fighting, that we're just not going to take it anymore. Okay, where are we going then? What are we doing then? Are we making any progress towards something? Or are we just destroying all that was before? And if that's all we're doing, then that's not a revolution. That's just a tantrum. To be perfectly frank, we're just throwing a damn tantrum. We're throwing a damn tantrum about The Last Jedi. We're throwing a damn tantrum about Trump. We're throwing a damn tantrum about people who are against Trump. We're throwing tantrums all over the place. Nothing is getting fixed. Nothing is getting fixed. Nothing is being proposed. Right? And I don't understand where where healthy discourse with one another exists in that world. Maybe you do. And maybe it's in your head somewhere. And you're not expressing it because all that's coming out is fuck this or fuck that. And you really need to go past that point. We all do. And, I guess speaking as the guy who used to be angry all the time and now just gets angry for a brief moment at first and then gets over it, fixes the problem. I think that's where we should be going. And hate should not inform the way that we do things. Ever. It shouldn't, we shouldn't allow such base shit to be our motivation. Um, I don't know. Just we need to figure things out, not just be pissed off about things. That's just my 2 cents, and you know, really, what I wanted to say is have fun, play fair, and remember, it's all just a game.